Okay. You
All
have
right.
Now where's my
testimonial.
shout out?
Yeah, so shout out to the group as a whole. I have used so many services personally in the last 2 weeks. My husband's 95-year-old grandmother took a fall, broke her wrist. She went to the hospital, then she was in rehab, and we knew she couldn't go home. So she's been in respite at Brookdale Galleria. Thank you, Keely. And I've been working with Tiffany there, and now we're going to be moving her into independent living. And so yesterday I called Sue and I'm like, Sue, I need your help. We got to move my husband's 95-year-old grandmother into independent living at Brookdale. And so I need help packing and putting everything together and the whole.
Angela, are you staying at the Galleria in independent living?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful.
Yes. No,
I'm glad we can help you out.
Great. It is fantastic. Tiffany has been wonderful. She's the marketing manager, salesperson there. And I told her that I knew Sue and that Sue was going to be helping us move. And she's like, oh, well, introduce me because I'm always looking for resources for my people. I don't know if you've met her yet, but she's fabulous. She's so helpful.
Yeah, Tiffany's great.
I just have been really, I love the community. We already have some great uncles who live there. But this group, I can always rely on this group for resources. The whole family has basically, so my father-in-law and his uncle and his brother, my husband's uncle, they've basically been like, all right, Angela, since this is what you do here. And they've just kind of handed everything off to me. And I'm like, no, but I do paperwork. I don't this is not what I do. I don't go, I'm not the social worker. And they're like, yeah, but this is too overwhelming and we don't know what to do and you know what to do. And so I have been relying heavily on all of the people that I've met through this group to get her situated. So anyway, that's my shout out for the group as a whole to Sue and to Keely. And I feel very, very fortunate to have this group available.
Oh, thank you, Angela.
We'd love to have you.
Hi, Boyd.
Good morning.
Hi, Boyd. How's it going?
Hey, Angela.
Boyd and I chat. We have questions and it's like, hey, have you run into this before?
Yeah.
What do you do with
I
this?
have weird questions. So
we have weird questions. Yeah. We have weird legal questions and it's like, how do we do this? It's like, I don't know. What's the practical versus the legal aspects of all of these things?
Oh,
so,
I bet there's a lot of that.
Angela is very nice to help me out every once in a while. So
I enjoy it. I enjoy having someone to brainstorm weird questions with. I'm a big nerd. I like weird questions. So having somebody else play with me in that kind of brain space is fun.
Oh, that's
yeah,
wonderful.
my wife, when I tell her about something, she says, not another crazy case. So, but I get some interesting ones. So,
oh yeah, they come up for sure, for sure.
I'm trying to find out why we're not connecting to the main room yet. You know, technical difficulties. Keely's camera's going crazy.
Yeah,
so,
my camera keeps doing that. I don't know. I've got it plugged in. I've reset it. I don't know. I won't disturb y'all. I'll keep my camera off. I'm here though.
Like a new artwork, you know?
Yeah. The what is it? The glimmer of the shots. I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
So did Bill say that there's a lot of people in person over at Belmont this morning? I have an electrician here working at my house. I couldn't get out of the house this morning. I'm glad we have the Zoom option still, actually.
He said that he was having trouble with his Mac. It wasn't connecting to the Belmont's system, so that they were gonna try Kim's computer, and that's the last I heard. So I know they're working on it. I don't know how many people are there, but I'm sure any minute now they'll pop in.
Marion, this obviously the background is not your new home, because I'm thinking you're probably living in boxes. Am I correct?
She should. Well, it looks like she's in Brazil.
Yeah, okay, so
It's
this
just
is,
Livingston.
yeah, I'm in Livingston now. Let's see here. This is what it really looks like. But I could be anywhere.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, this is my favorite. This is my new
Oh.
kitchen.
Very
wow.
nice.
I think I'll keep that one for now.
Very nice.
So, yeah, I got sick the day we moved in, so there's boxes everywhere. Yeah, but I'm feeling much better now. Everything's going really well, and so now I just need an organizer to come in and help me figure out where the art goes and where the bed's supposed to be, and
I've got one of those for referral if you need one.
Yes, yes, we have 2 in our group now. Isn't that great? That's great.
Who's
All
the
right.
organizers? Just organizers.
Well, they do moving and organizing, but
Oh,
they,
okay.
they specialize in organizing.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hopefully she'll be here today. How many of you are actually going out to networking groups? Cassie and Gail.
I am occasionally,
Occasionally?
depending on the group.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on the group and what the situation is, I will go, but like I have a breakfast club that meets every Friday. And the last couple of weeks, I just go and keep my mask on and I don't eat. I just like hang out with everybody. Because I know everyone there is vaccinated, but I also know that some there have gotten COVID and they've had it since they've been vaccinated. And so
Yeah.
we just keep it very, very, generally keep everything locked down because I can't risk my clients.
I
in
totally
assisted
get
living
that. And I'm
yeah,
one of those. I got both my vaccinations, Pfizer and my booster, and I still got COVID.
right.
So how it happened, I don't know. I'm very careful. I always wear my mask. I try to, for 2.5 years, I've been basically keeping myself secluded. And so
Right.
I feel like, really, I did all that for nothing? But, oh well.
I'm still not going out at all. Many reasons. One is I take care of my 100-year-old mother, so we've kept her secluded. And because our clients who are older do come in, and we're just trying to protect them. So most of them come in with their aides, but they've been with us for years and they want to see us. They know that we're masking and everything, and they're just happy to be there to see real people. So it's interesting when they come in now that we spend much more time talking to them when they're there. So it's very sweet.
Well, that's good.
I'm seeing
Well,
clients, but we're all masked up. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which I hadn't been, I have all my 3 shots before the last virus hit. And, I kind of took my mask off for a while, but now it's back on. So,
yeah.
That's-
Dear Lord.
I basically made an office policy that follows the Harris County like colors because I can't make these decisions myself. That's what public health officials are for. And so when we're in the red, then there is a masking policy in my office. As we go down, then we'll relax the masking policy. But everyone, if you like, I generally request that anyone coming into my office be vaccinated. And if they're not, then we'll meet via Zoom. Just because it's more important to me to make sure that my other clients are safe. So
Yeah, to enter our building, you have to wear a mask. To go in the warehouse where you could be, 100 feet apart, you don't have to. But to be in the building itself, everybody has to wear a mask, and we have them provided if somebody doesn't have one. And I think we've had 2 complaints in 2 years about wearing masks. So we've been
Right.
very fortunate.
I don't think I've ever had a vaccine shot. I've always focused on building my immunity until my wife said she wouldn't let me in the door. And so I had to break down and and do that. But I network regularly, Toolbox Ministries, and I'm sorry, everybody but Boyd. It's an all men's group. We have 150 to 200 attendees of that session. So,
Interesting. Well, I would be appreciative of anyone who would send me any Zoom networking meetings that visitors can go to. My address is Marion at Senior Estate Concierge. So if you're looking for visitors on Zoom networking meetings, I would love that. I'd appreciate it. Also, just a couple of days ago, I decided to make a new series for tips for seniors. And this will go out to all of the social media and our website. So we have a lot of different channels. We have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, of course, for videos. We have 2 places on Facebook. We have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. We also have Twitter and LinkedIn and all these different places where they will go. You can send them in every week, every day, whatever you're comfortable with. It could be a 1 sentence, it could be a paragraph, and boy, Gail doesn't waste any time at all. I asked him yesterday, he sent me 2 tips already, one for this week, one for next week. It's about a half a paragraph long. It's fantastic. So in your industry, I'm sure that you have tips for seniors. Please send those on and we'll get you some airtime on our social media.
Marion, do you do social media besides for Senior State Concierge? I mean, do you have a business where you do it, or is this just?
I do.
Okay.
I do, yeah. I have hospice clients, I have Medicare clients, I have general senior living clients, and
Okay.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's you would think it would be hard to find some good content for, say, hospice, but I'm finding it, and it's wonderful, and everybody loves it. So I'm good. I'm good. I love it. That's probably why. So thanks for asking, Sue. A lot of people think that I only work for Senior Estate Concierge, and that's just one of my clients. So, Bill just sent me a picture of what it's like over there. So let me take my take my phone down, see if you guys can see it. Sorry. Oh. No, you can't really tell, can you? Let me see, there's probably 10 people there. I can't really tell who's all there yet. They're too far away. Our speaker's there, I see. Yeah. So hopefully they'll be able to log in before the speaker starts.
So years ago, we were asked to do a whole bunch of divorce moves. It just seems like everybody was getting divorced. We decided that we had to come up with some positive aspects of divorce. We came up with some of the best videos and the best blogs about how you could expand your life, how it was a whole new living. And people were so positive and like thankful that we came up with something positive instead of negative. And it was funny, the comments we received back for these blogs and videos.
I believe
So
it.
yeah, you can find something positive if you look for it, I've decided.
Yesterday was National Compliment Day, and I had fun with that one. That was fun. Everybody wants to receive a compliment, especially if they think it's true.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
So Cassie, what do you do? I think I know kind of everybody here, but I don't know you.
Yeah, thanks. I was actually going to ask a little bit about what everyone else does. I work for Caring Transitions, and what we do is we basically help seniors, predominantly seniors, but anyone of any age, making that transition normally from a single family home to senior living. And so we'll do the move, but we also liquidate and do online estate sales. So we've been doing online estate sales since 2007.
Is there another name associated with your company, another woman that I've seen online?
Well, there's a few other companies that do estate sales in our area. Well, see, I'm in the Woodlands, and from what I understand, that there will be a Woodlands chapter starting. I don't know if
Yes,
anyone.
that is true.
Okay, that's right.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, good.
Yep. All right.
Thank you,
How we
Cassie.
doing?
Hi, Bill. Or should I say Kim?
Say hello.
Hey, Marianne.
Got a good crowd.
That is a good
It's a good
crowd.
crowd.
Yes. Now, Cassie, your territory is up in the College Station. Is that correct?
Huntsville down to the bottom of the Woodlands.
Okay. I'm in Livingston. Do you guys reach out over here?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's sort of zip code dependent. So you have to look it up because there's certain pockets and
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
You put your contact information in the chat, Cassie?
No.
Sure.
I'm so sorry.
There's Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
You too?
Are you at home this morning?
I am. Yes.
Okay. It looks like we have a nice big crowd at the location.
We do. How about it?
Good. Good morning, Bill.
How we doing, Mary?
We're doing great over here. We've been networking and waiting for you guys to come on.
Look at all the smiling faces. Well, some smiling.
What's that?
Can you hear me okay?
Loud and
Semi.
clear.
Semi?
Semi.
Semi.
Do you have your microphone attached? No.
No, but let me see if I can do that.
Well, while we're waiting, so everyone just kind of give us a little bit of a background of what you're doing. So Cassie was telling us that she does moving and estate sales, online estate sales. That sounds so fantastic, Cassie. We'd love to hear more about that.
Still working out.
Suzanne is here. She does mobility, which I think is really needed. Anytime you have a senior, you know that the mobility is a #1 priority, right? Get them to the bathroom, get them into bed, into the bath. So we want to hear more about that too. And Boyd and Angela, we know that your job is like almost impossible. So we're glad people like you can handle it. And Sue, I think it's awesome that you help people move, seniors. I've been telling everybody about your company and how you helped us move. So thank
Does that help
you.
at all?
Thank you.
Does that
Mary.
help at all?
Can you
Kim.
talk a little more?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi, yes.
Does that
I
help?
can
at
hear
all?
you.
Can you hear okay?
We can hear you.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And Gail, he's the connector. I love that. A speaker, an author, a coach.
Now,
He really gives a lot of good tips about health and wellness. Thank you, Gail, for keeping us healthy.
you don't need it? You don't need it?
Did I cover everybody? Keely. Keely helps people move into assisted living. And you were talking about a respite care this morning, helping somebody with respite. That's awesome.
Yes, we do accept respites in our Brookdale community.
Excellent.
Minimum of 7 days.
Oh, okay. So what do you think most people go into respite care for? Is it because their caretaker is going on vacation, or what's going on usually?
It depends. It could be that. It could be maybe they went to rehab and they just need a little bit more care before they can go home, and the family may be still trying to get things in order. Maybe they're traveling. I mean, there's just a load of different reasons. Maybe one spouse maybe is, say at MD Anderson getting treatment, and the family doesn't want dad at home by themselves. So, he goes in for a short term. Vice versa. I mean, maybe that person is getting care at MD Anderson and needs a place to stay while they go through those treatments. So many different scenarios.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Thank you.
Right before you buy it, is another one. Not sure if you mentioned that. If you're thinking assisted living, go in for a few weeks.
So right now we have 9 people in the Zoom. And just so you know, for someone like Suzanne, who came in a little later than most of us, she cannot see your information that you have typed in. So if you could just copy and paste it in again, if Suzanne wasn't here when you typed yours in. I don't know why Zoom does that, but if you come in late, you don't see what people have said before. So we want everybody to have this information, and then you can save the chat before we end, and it will be in your documents folder or a Zoom folder.
Thank you, Maureen. Sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Didn't
it's
realize
all
you
right.
guys
Good morning,
were
everybody.
together
How we
on
doing
Zoom.
online? Everybody there online, good?
Yes, thank
Can
you.
you see everybody here?
Bill,
You
can
see
you
us?
bring the camera down a little so we're not staring
All
at the
right.
ceiling?
Sure.
Oh, a little bit better. Okay, thank you.
We can do more. How's that? Can you
Thank
see
you.
everybody?
Yeah.
I think we need to go that way. There you go. Perfect. Well, say good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, well, let's get started. Welcome to the Senior Estate Concierge meeting. As most of you know, the members, we changed a little bit from what we were doing last year, where we were meeting in area chapters. So now we're meeting twice a month here and at Brookdale Shadow Lake. Trying to get everybody back together again like we did in 2019. And then we're going to start the area chapters later in the year. So the Senior Estate Concierge is it's basically an all-in-one stop shop for all different types of senior service. For you guests here, I'll explain a little bit how we got started. I'm the founder. My name is Bill Graff. I'm a real estate broker full-time and an SRES, which is a seniors real estate specialist. And I was helping some families in the past, selling mom and dad's home. They were moving into assisted living. And they said, we're working, we don't have time to find all these other services that we need. We need financial help, legal help, we need movers. We need to find an assisted living place that will take mom and dad, all these things. And so at the time, this was 6-7 years ago, I didn't have all those things in my back pocket. And they said, isn't there just one place we can call and get all of this? Well, I don't know. So I looked around, I didn't see anything. And then I just decided, well, next month, February 13th will be 3 years. I started with 9 businesses, 9 people that I knew. I did a lot of other networking, D&I and other things. So I knew a few people. And I went from 9 to 40 in a year that quick because of the idea of having a one-stop shop and good trusted senior service providers. Now, we're different than a typical networking group. Our primary focus is really to help seniors and families. We're not a networking group where we're counting up referrals and counting closed business and doing that kind of stuff, okay? That's not what we're about. I'm sure if you ask some of the members that have been in the group since 2019, that they've gotten business from the service providers that are here. And so, yes, that is a byproduct, I like to say, of what we're all about. Our primary mission is to help seniors and families first and foremost, okay? So we are a membership because we vet all our members and do background checks so that we know we can trust everybody. So there is a fee. I'll just say right up front, there is a fee because we have a website and we're doing marketing. We have YouTube channel, LinkedIn. We do member testimonials. Marion is our marketing director, so she does testimonials from each member. We have a show. It's about a 30-minute show to highlight one of the members and you give them an opportunity to tell a little bit about what they do. So there's a lot more marketing that goes on with it. Plus, you now have, if you're a member, you have a toolbox of senior service providers in all different categories that you can trust. That you know their primary mission is to serve first, not just to get a referral and get business. And they're not just giving you a referral just to get business and because it counts on the scoreboard. Okay, so that's the real difference that we are compared to a typical networking group. Okay, so let's go around the room. We've got a fair amount of people here, and we do have a presentation. Dawn Bloomer is going to do a presentation today. So we always have a highlighted member or guest to do a presentation, about 20 minutes. So let's go around the room pretty quick. Don't do a whole commercial, just I'm Bill Graff. I'm with CBA Realtors, Graff Donaldson Realty Group. I'm a broker, SRES, and founder of Senior State Concierge. Right, sure. We'll go around in the room first, and then we'll go online. Okay.
Troy Williams, Oasis Senior Advisor. Folks and families to find the right senior care and living tool.
And Troy is the puzzle master, by the way.
Well, you wouldn't let me say that.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. I'm also working with Troy. My name is PJ Gail. I'm new here. Only been on a week, but I'm helping do the same thing. Basically, GPS to navigate people who have needs to you, and then ultimately to a place where they can live their needs. So I'm PJ, also with Oasis Senior Advisor.
Could y'all repeat that? I didn't hear what you did. I'm sorry. Y'all were facing away from the camera, and so I couldn't hear exactly what it was that y'all did.
Go ahead.
Hi there. We're with Oasis Senior Advisors, and we help seniors who are kind of in unfamiliar territory find people with the services they need, but also a place where they can live and get the care that they need. So Oasis Senior Advisors.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we need to speak up, I guess. Okay.
And face that way.
Face them.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shannon Pava. I am a end-of-life doula and a patient advocate. And my goal is to make sure that nobody stays alone during some of the hardest times of their life. So,
Very good.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Monica Evans with Medicare Hospice. Hospice is a misunderstood function of a Medicare benefit that everybody has access to. Helps families deal with the hardest time. It's not about death. It's not about dying. It's about helping the family and that person in need deal with those difficult moments at the end where they might be, in some kind of discomfort, giving the family some care. Again, we're very misunderstood. So my job is to get out there and show everybody how helpful that can be. Medicare Preferred Hospital. Monica Evans.
Joel.
Good morning, I'm Joel Berry. I'm an independent insurance broker, which means I work with a number of different insurance companies. My focus here is life and long-term care insurance. And there's also another product many people are not familiar with, which is short-term home health care insurance. And as far as the life insurance, there are products that are specifically designed for seniors. Thank you. I'm Joel Berry, independent broker.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm Christian. That's my name. I'm with 101 Mobility. So, as Monica says, I'm the mobility guy. Basically helping people stay safe and defining their home. Christian with 101 Mobility.
Hi, I'm Heidi Russell. I'm with a company called Caring Transitions. We help seniors declutter their homes, they can downsize, we help them liquidate, estate sales, auctions. We help pack them, move them, and resettle them. My partner Tanya Douglas and Eddie Russell, Caring Transitions. Tanya Douglas. It'd be the same thing.
Stephen King, King Insurance Services. I work with seniors under Medicare. If you know someone who's turning 65 and really is confused by how to set up Medicare.gov and get their Medicare number, I can help them do that. And anyone you know that's in a Medicare plan that's not happy, wants to make a change, we have till the end of March to talk about changes. Called the open enrollment.
Who was
period.
that?
Stephen King, King Insurance Services.
Thank you.
Transitioning though to becoming senior health services in the next 6 months. As I solely do Medicare.
My name is Michael Whitfield, and I'm with Senior Health Services. I also work with Medicare. So you did a great job talking about what agencies can do, but really what it comes down to is it's overwhelming, it's confusing. What we do is give peace of mind. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'll say it again. My name is Mike with Senior Health Services. I do the same as Mr. King. And easy to explain Medicare. It is confusing, it's overwhelming, but what we do is give peace of mind. Thank you very much.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Janice Foster Pietro. I'm on-site sales manager here at Belmont Village Hunters Creek. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. I know my card and my information is available to you, and I'll make sure that you receive that. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for coming. Hi, and I'm Kim Ward. I work with Janice here at Belmont Village, and we're glad to have you. We provide assisted living and memory care and a really special program called Circle of Friends for people who have mild to moderate cognitive decline that don't need a secure memory care. So we have 2 locations in the Houston area. This one at Hunters Creek, and we have one over at Belmont Village West University on Holcomb. Thanks for coming today.
And thank you for hosting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Caroline Ortego with Ortego and Urick. We're an elder law and estate planning firm, and we're located in Katy, but we have clients throughout the Houston area. And this is my partner, Joyce Lynn.
I'm Joyce Urick, and what she said.
Next. That would be you. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm Alan Berger from Financial Flexibility Services. And what we do is we educate homeowners over 62 that have equity in their home who want to continue living in their home, that their equity is really their savings. And we help them convert that equity into available funds for the desires and needs, a lot of which your services have to be paid for. Some of the senior homeowners don't think they have funds to be able to do that, and they may if they're educated.
Hello everyone, my name is Stolzenberg with Advanced Clinical Practice. I am a nurse practitioner. I do households and telemedicine. I go to seniors' homes and any other people about 15. I do take Medicare and Medicaid, and I also take some other advantage insurances. So if anybody has anybody that needs someone to come to their home or to their office other than the clinic, you can reach out to me. Thank you.
Right.
Well, I thought maybe the owner of Interim Healthcare would like to introduce us first. I was just not wanting to overshadow that at all. I'm Cindy Endress with Interim Healthcare. I'm the Director of Business Development, and we are here today to present some very important information on senior care and caregivers. And take it away, Dawn.
I'm Dawn Bloomer with Interim Healthcare. Isn't Cindy fabulous? So the reason I let her go first, I guess, is because I'll be speaking. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, let's go online. Marion, you want to go first?
Oh, sure. Marion LaSalle. I'm the marketing director for the Senior Estate Concierge, and I have one big announcement that I can't wait for you to hear. I am accepting tips for seniors from all of our members. So if you have your industry that is all set up to serve the seniors, I know you have tips that you want to share. So please send them in to Marion at seniorestateconcierge.com. And you're going to see it all over the place. We're going to be on LinkedIn and we'll have YouTube videos about it. We'll do all kinds of really interesting things with your tips. So be sure and send them in. And I got to tell you, I only told Gail yesterday, and already I have 2 tips from him. Thank you, Gail.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Gail.
Yeah, Gail, you're next.
Gail Stolzenberg, Senior Wellness Consultant, helping seniors and their families lead a longer, healthier life through physical activity, proper nutrition, stress management, memory improvement, supplementation, and much more. Get a complimentary copy of my new book entitled Gut Matters. Hippocrates said, health begins in the gut. Just send me an email to gail@gailstolzenberg.com. Your health is your wealth. Boys next.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see everyone in person there and by Zoom here. But Boyd Hanley, the Hanley Law Office. I do probate, estate, and special needs planning, guardianships, elder law, and SSI and Medicaid. Thanks.
Thank you, Boyd. Suzanne, would you like to go next?
Sure. My name is Suzanne Coates. I'm with Mobility Plus in Sugar Land. We have a variety of mobility products, including scooters, power wheelchairs, lift chair recliners, also lifts and ramps, and I've gotten in recently to more of the bath type items and some life aids. So that's been interesting to learn more about all these products that will help seniors. So, and that's it. I'm in Sugar Land. I've got a showroom there. If you want to stop by, I'd love to see you.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Sue, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm Sue with Pack and Send Movers. We pack, we move, we unpack, and anything your seniors don't want, we ship all over the world to their family members. Just give us the address and we do the rest. Sue with Pack and Send Movers.
Thank you. Cassie.
Yes, hi. I'm with Caring Transitions of Brazos Valley and the Woodlands, and I am very interested in working with Senior Estate Concierge, as that is our specialty. We help seniors with all big transitions of their life, maybe moving from a big home into assisted living. We help with everything from the pack and the move to online estate sales. Oftentimes they have a lifetime worth of things that they don't know what to do with, and it can often offset the cost of the move. So that is what we do. And we also help adult children with closing an estate with a house full of things that they need help sorting and packing and donating and selling off. That's what we do.
Thank you. Angela.
Hello, good morning. I'm Angela Odinsky. I am an estate planning, elder law, probate attorney, and I have to say that this past weekend there was a chapter event for Texas chapter of the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, Texas NALA, and I mentioned this group in one of our sessions, and I had several lawyers who were like, can you come to Waco and start that? Can you come to some other cities and start? They were so impressed with the idea of a group like this, where all the resources kind of come together and share information and be there for one another when we need things. And when we have referrals, not just referrals, but just questions. And so I just want to say I gave a shout out to the group, to the Texas NALA chapter, and everyone was impressed and definitely clamoring for someone to come and start something like that in their communities.
Angela, have them call me right away.
Oh, I will do that. I will give them your information.
Yes.
Anybody want to go to White Dog Star Group?
And Keely,
Forgive me for my camera blinking. I don't know what's wrong with it. That's why my camera's been off. But anyways, I'm Keely Jones, Business Development Director for Brookdale Senior Living. And we provide senior hospitality all across Houston. We have 18 communities in independent living, assisted living, and memory care, as well as 2 skilled nursing. So if you have a client that you know can live better in a community hospitality, give me a call and I will help navigate what address and budget and location fits them the best. And Bill, it looks like you're going to be expanding across Texas. You and Marion, y'all are on your way.
Could be, could be. Well,
thank you.
I'm going to turn my camera off so I don't disturb. Sorry.
Okay, Bill, over to you.
All right, very good. Well, Lori came in. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick? Sorry to put you on the spot. You're here. So you gotta move over so you're. No, that way. Other words.
Oh.
There you go. There you go.
Hi, I'm Lori Ferris. I'm the senior living specialist. I help families figure out keeping safety and care at the topic.
Great. Thank you.
I work out on Tuesday morning, so this wasn't my day. I'm always going to be late. I'm always going to be late.
Well, forgive you. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for the introductions. And I think, as you can see, the guests can see that we're here about really to help everybody, seniors and families. That's what we're about. Are we going to give referrals? Yes. Are we going to network? Absolutely. We got to network with each other. So doing one-to-ones is just as important as if you're in one of those other networking groups where they count how many one-to-ones you do. Do one-to-ones, get to know each other. As we expand, and I'm just going to talk a little real quick, Don, before we get you on there. You know, we went back to the 2 meetings a month because we were kind of getting spread out and COVID kind of really, the other groups were doing okay, but we weren't getting enough members in my opinion. Because when we were meeting in 2019, like this, when we would get a room full of 30, 35, 40 people, it was really great because everybody was networking. There was a lot of energy, a lot of good dialogues going back and forth. So that's what we're going to go back to this for a little while, and then we'll start the area chapters as we later on in the year. Okay. So anyway, network, get to know each other. That's why we're here. With that, we have a member speaker, and Don Bloomer with interim is going to talk about dementia issues, right? Right. Marianne, did you get the presentation? Did I email you?
Yes, I did. Did you want me to share it?
Yeah. Well,
Put it into the chat.
at least put it up there. Yeah.
Put it into the
Well,
chat.
and put it in the chat. Yeah, for sure.
Ready?
Okay. Don, you're up.
Good morning. One thing I thought he was gonna elaborate on, we are gonna start our Southeast chapter. And so, you know, if you have representation in the Southeast with colleagues or people you think would benefit from this type of forum, we'll be starting that up in March. So maybe February.
Well, we're talking March for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, as I listen to everybody introduce themselves, you'll all have a piece of this presentation. You'll all have a part of it. Some of it you'll already know. Maybe you'll learn a little something new. I'm not sure, but I learn every day, and I think that each one of you has a part in this presentation. So, when we get our first call from a family member who has a loved one with dementia, the one thing I teach everybody in my office is to put some time aside for that referral. So when you're in hospice or you're in a Medicare setting, you're going to be like, hey, they're coming, they're starting tomorrow, do the thing, or an insurance, or it's just rush. The very first thing with these type of calls is a lot of time. Some of these intakes can take 20, 30, 45 minutes, an hour, because by the time they've reached out to us or we've been put in contact with them, I mean, there's a huge story to tell. A lot of things about the things that are frustrating them. And we use that opportunity to start some of the contents in this caregiver guide on that call to alleviate their
their frustration that, you know, mom's obsessed with ironing. You know, we try to make that an okay thing. It's, to them, it's unsafe, it's driving them crazy why mom with ironing. We're gonna talk through the ironing, why they do it, and how to decompress themselves over those type of issues. So we have a lot of stories, and we want to listen to their story. And we start making a list on that call. So before we ever do a home assessment, we're already identifying resources for them that we want to bring with us and put them in touch with people. It could be a power of attorney, referrals, to get the affairs in order. It could be nutrition and meal delivery. So everybody in here has a piece that it could be, where's the right place to be? Some of our services, we're only in there for a week or two or a month while they're scrambling to get into a safer place. So, so just at the beginning, it's a long intake to learn, you know, more about what is going to help that family get through the short term and the long term. And so this guide, that's produced by Interim. So Interim is a national company. We're the first home care company in the country, over 50 years in service. Our location is a franchise of that. We've been operating for going on 3 years. So very, very early on, we were involved with Bill and Senior State Concierge Network. And we've been kind of growing along with you all. So, so that's just a little bit. And I'm a nurse. If anybody didn't know that, I'm a nurse and administrator, been in home care for a long time. So, you know, with everybody who has dementia, there's always a caregiver right along with them who's struggling with that diagnosis or that disease, and whether they don't know it's dementia yet or they're well along their path. There's somebody there with them, and that person needs our care and attention just as much as the client. And sometimes it's multiple people. So there's about 5.5 million people with dementia in the United States, and about 4 times as many people caregivers, so almost 16 million caregivers. So I found that number kind of striking because that's almost 4 people involved in trying to lift that person up and take care of them and get them through, and that's a lot of people's needs. And so going into what they're going to find, obviously, there's a lot of frustration. And there's a lot of frustration on the caregiver side, a lot of times because they just don't understand what they're dealing with. And along with coaching and counseling and giving resources, we were trying to educate. So we have provided our actual training that we provide to our caregivers to family members. And that has really, the ones that have taken advantage of that have really appreciated that. So the goal, not only to get good, safe care for the client, but to help the family cope by understanding, and a lot of times just telling them to relax and accept and not try to change, and to go with the moment and be in the present with them, and letting them know it's okay for certain strategies like familiar one that you all be familiar with is if they're recalling or asking about someone who's already passed away. So the strategy there that we were talking about is not to tell them, oh, they've passed away, because they're going to just keep reliving that grief each and every time. But we're going to tell them that's okay. This is where it's okay to lie, and say, you know, they're busy right now, or more valuable would be, tell me about your mom. Like what is it you love about your mom? You know, that's making you miss her today. And then you can pull a story out of that and redirect at the same time. From a technical standpoint, dementia, it's the, I hope I don't get this confused, but it's the right side of the brain. Let me just put one side of the brain starts working better than the other one. And what the brain, the half of the brain that contains the longest function is where we file all the bad stuff. So this is why you have these inappropriate behaviors, whether it's aggression, whether it is not wanting to bathe anymore, not wanting to, using cuss words that were put in the side of the brain that's supposed to file away that you don't do these things, inappropriate comments. We train all our caregivers on that because they can say some stuff you would never think they would say before they have their dementia. So we let them know not to take offense to that. At that point, you know, they're using what they have left. So we want to value that to the degree they can. So if they're looking for the right words or trying to find words they can't find anymore, that side of it, losing words, and all the bad words that will fall away are the ones that are left.
Obviously, music and dance and poetry and things with rhythm are the activities that can help during their care because they retain a familiarity with those things the longest. Vision changes. So one of the very interesting things I learned when I was learning about dementia is the vision changes, and there's 3 of them. And if you haven't heard this before, it's not interesting. But the first thing that vision changes is scuba vision. So in scuba vision, you lose the peripheral. And so this is an important thing for caregivers and family to know that you start to not try to come at people from the side because you're going to scare them, but they're going to lose their peripheral vision. And so again, their vision is one of the last senses that is where you can engage them. So you always want to be right in front of them when you are approaching them for any task or activity. Then you have binocular vision. So you lose the peripheral, and then you also become like this, and you all can see where your vision gets restricted. So what happens when you have binocular vision is you can't see down here. So a lot of times, and everybody in here, especially the communities, will probably recognize this. When you put their plate down, they don't see it. So they're going to eat off the person across the table. So that's as the vision changes, you think they don't want to eat, they may not even see it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about eating this in a second after the vision. Then you have monocular vision, and that's when you just have like this. And so their vision is going to get more and more central, and that is going to be more and more important to approach people directly from the center and recognize that that's what's left. Yes, Lori.
I think another part of that is they lose their depth perception.
Right.
Like they think going in the shower is like a hole in there.
Right.
Like
Lots of vision changes.
Yeah.
Lori was saying there's depth perception, and they get nervous about getting into showers or escalators and things like that.
Black carpet. Dark, dark road.
Dark roads, okay, so.
Are colors also affected, the awareness of color?
I'm not sure actually, so somebody here might know about the colors being, haven't read about losing colors, but the depth perception, vision in general is
I
okay.
think shading, so not exactly colors, like the shading.
So
The depth, like, that's why I think, from watching my dad, like the shuffling starts, because you don't want to take like big steps. The
Right.
shuffling starts, and then it's like, he always would say, is that a stair or is that not a stair? Like, he just wasn't sure if something changed in color,
Right.
color or dark.
Okay.
So they're gonna need an arm for, especially when that scuba vision, she's pulling that PDF, but the scuba vision, they are gonna want an arm, they are gonna be tending to want to look at their feet because they can't see kind of the world around them outside of that scuba mask. So some of those type of tips can be really helpful to a family member who can't understand. And letting go of some norms, such as eating with utensils. So they don't have to eat with utensils to have a nutritious meal. So we will, if they're frustrated that they're not using their forks or their spoons anymore, we're gonna say, it's okay. Cut the food up, give them things they can eat with their fingers. If they can feed themselves and maintain that independence, we just want people to be okay with these changes. Yes.
It's my understanding that the average length of care, for someone with Alzheimer's, is like 8 years. Would it be the same for dementia?
So dementia, obviously, this is probably more known, it's an umbrella. And Alzheimer's is one type of dementia, the most common one. I think everybody's different. So one of the tools, and I'm sorry to put the cart before the horse, we are going to send out links, and we're going to get some printed and bring them out. We're just so busy, we'll just look at it. But we have some GEMS charts, and that we're going to talk about that at the end. That talks about the transition. There's several different phases that you can watch your family member, your loved one, what phase they are in, identify it, and how to best relate in that phase. So whether it's 8 years, 6 years, 5 years,
lots of differences, especially comorbidities and things. But it can be a long haul too, so, but I don't know the average length of being exposed on
There
their
have been
weaknesses.
clients that go 9 months. You get a very aggressive,
Yeah,
frontal temporal or Lewy bodies.
right,
Instant, almost instant
Yeah.
change.
yeah. So, let me grab my paperwork again and see if there's any other points that, I just wanted to elaborate on. We want to let people, obviously, caregivers take care of themselves, maintain their own interests. They can't take care of a loved one if they don't take care of themselves, and that's very important. Acknowledge the feelings of being frustrated or angry or blaming themselves. So we're gonna find that referring family members to support groups can be very important to help them cope with everything. And most people that end up in a support group do find that very valuable, so that they're not dealing with it alone. Helping cope is getting your financial papers in order. So I mentioned that earlier, we mentioned it again. We have several resources in here. Get your powers of attorney, get your durable, your medical, get your out of hospital DNR if you need to. That's probably more in the hospice realm, but get those things together, and that'll make life a lot easier for not just while they're with us, but afterwards. So while they're with us, they're going to need people to make decisions for them, a lot of decisions. And Cindy's really good at reminding people that it's okay to start making those decisions, and things like, when they find it difficult to take mom and dad's keys away, but it's the right thing to do is to take mom and dad's keys away. It's the right thing to decide it's time to hire a caregiver or move into another community. They've got to own that and now having no powers of attorney makes those things a lot smoother.
I mean, so when my dad was diagnosed, the first thing we did in the first week was go to,
Yeah.
because he was agreeable. But I would see,
Right.
as long as it goes, then they start getting into that paranoia phase.
Right.
They're like, you're trying to steal my money, you're trying to take over my life. So we did it right away. So then when you said it, I said, yeah, you gave me the power, you actually gave me that power. I was so with him. You actually signed that document Dad, for me to have all the power. So, and the second thing we did was plan the funeral. I'm like, hey, I want you to go plan your funeral. He's like, why? I'm like, because I want you to tell me what you want. So, I mean, that was the first two things we did within
That's fabulous.
30 weeks, because, what he said he wanted is not what I thought he would have, wanted. And then after he signed it, I made him pay for it. And now you're paying for it. It's like, I am. Like, hell yeah.
That's really important, Lori, that you honored his wishes. A lot of times, we have these preconceived ideas of who they are, who our
Well, I
parents
mean,
are.
that's what I wanted. He kind of is very opinionated about things. I was like, okay, let's go plan it. And he said to the funeral director what he wanted. But then, as I learned when I went after he passed away back to the funeral, he'd been there 4 times. He changed it. And that was during his dementia. And I was like, oh, whatever he wants, we're doing, which was so crazy by that time. But what it really was very different from the first time we went, but whatever.
That is assuming that there is no denial.
Right,
In
right.
certain
But
cases, you have denial, not much.
no, but you
I mean, that's what they
mentioned
call
at
it,
the
arraigning.
diagnosis, and the doctor is saying, I'm like, we have to leave that out. But and there is a lot of denial, but it really does go, kind of goes to, as it progresses, then it's so hard to get them to do things,
Yeah. And this is good advice for all of us. I mean, with these different networking events and things and getting partnerships. I mean, my husband and I went through the same thing. We went ahead and did our whole prepaid funeral thing, and they had me fill out all this stuff. It's kind of interesting, but it gives us peace of mind too. The paranoia that Lori mentioned, so that becomes an issue. We work with our caregivers that we employ and the families that take care of the clients, that they're going to have some wild accusations about cars and jewelry, and hopefully none of them are true, but we've had, we've seen it in real life. We had fine. He was our caregiver of stealing his car, and it was right out there, and you couldn't convince him otherwise. So, so we have to manage those issues as they come along and understand and prevent and acknowledge that those things can happen, and to be prepared for them. We talked about almost everything in there. So, one of the things that I just wanted to end with is the gems that we use, the gems chart. Has anybody heard of the gems as a way to evaluate kind of where you are in the process? Okay, so we have a really nice flyer, and we've provided that to families as well, and it does help them identify where they are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stages. So I'm not going to read them all, but I'll read the first stage and the second stage, so you get an idea of how this guide and our strategies can help cope as they move through different. So the first stage, and we're going to give everybody a link to this dementia caregiver guide, give it to your families. So Sapphire is the first one. They're aging normally. They will not experience the same issues as those living with dementia, but they have changes and concerns you should be aware of. Common concerns: eating too much, eating too little due to health and emotional state, difficulty following a healthy meal plan, financial limitations for food, lack of knowledge about healthy choices. For last week, all one of your sweets. Unhealthy foods based on old habits, feeling like they should be able to eat whatever they want. And so there's suggestions about how to address their diet and get them on nutrition. So that just kind of starts out with Sapphire. Then we go to Pearl. Pearl, you're immobile, you're curled in a fetal position. The loved one you know is locked away most of the time. Their body and brain are failing. They will continue to have moments of connecting. There are more reflexes that are overwhelming or missing. Missing connections may be made slowly and cannot be maintained for long. Vision is binocular. Pearls need to be able to let go. We must let them know it's okay to go. They will not eat and drink a lot. They will not be able to swallow very well. They're not interested in eating. If they're alert, you can offer food. Don't offer it if they're not alert. Feeding people when they shouldn't be fed is it can be another big area that we talk about with our clients. I'm sure the hospice and tours know this all too well as well as you don't. So there's a whole spectrum there on the jewel range, and we help guide people where they might find their loved one on that. Take the best of the time with them.
I got a question. So your caregivers that go to homes, you train them on?
They basically get this level of dementia training, and then some of them can go on to get, like, we have module 1 that everyone has to take. We have up to 6 modules, so they're available to for them to take at any time, as well as our families. They're required to take level 1, which is going to address a lot of the things that we talked about.
Is that a state requirement?
No, so Interim Healthcare's educational modules are based off of the TIPA Snow. And so that is probably a name most people agree with. She's world-renowned dementia trainer. And so all of our coursework is based off of her training and her guidance. So TIPA Snow, if you haven't heard of that name, put it down. That's my new tip before. Okay. Yes, Mark.
Dawn, how did the people pay for your service?
So some of them are going to be long-term care policy holders. Most of it's private pay. We work with veterans benefits to see if there are veterans benefits available. Not really any commercial payers or Medicare or Medicaid will pay for caregiver services. Medicaid has provider services, but I'm not involved with that at all.
And it's different than what you get with your insurance, like major insurance.
Insurance is going to cover things like an RN or an OT or a PT or a social worker or maybe a CNA home health aide to do just a bath visit. And just like your hospice benefit, it's a bath visit. They go to the bath and they get things tidied up and then they leave. So we work with hospice agencies that need caregiver support for crisis care. or they just have clients who want more than what the benefits provide, then they are able to or willing to get the resources to pay for that privately. Does somebody else have a question? Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. So, thank you for your time.
Very good. So, you talked about how to communicate with seniors a lot, right? So a couple of years ago, I went to I'm gonna go over here so that an SREI course, which is our Oklahoma State Senior Real Estate. Not really what it stands for, but it's another course like the next level up to the senior real estate specialist. Anyway, the instructor had talked about this book, How to Save for Seniors. I gave one to everybody in 2019 as a Christmas gift when we had our 2019 holiday. If you don't have one, let me know. I'll get one for every member of the group. Okay. And I'll be honest, this thing helped me with my father more than anything. My father had COPD for 3 years, even longer than that. The last 3 years were really rough. He became very agitated and difficult sometimes to deal with. And it just really helped me understand where he was coming from in his mind, losing control, wanting to leave a legacy, not wanting other people to have to take care of him after taking care of himself so many years. It really helped me. So it's a good book. I'll get one for all the members. Okay. So the other thing I was going to say is we have now these new stack cards, whatever they're called. They're really useful. There's a bunch of back there on the back table. Members or anybody wants to take some and pass them around. I put some in my doctor's office a few years ago, our old one. And I get calls. He's been telling people, call this group, call this organization, they'll help with the various things. So feel free to take as many as you want. We'll get as many printed up as you want. Pass them out. If you're at a networking event, a normal senior service networking event, not like this, or any other networking event, pass them out. Tell them. Okay. I think that's all I have. We have 15 minutes. Any questions? Would anybody like to talk about some testimonials? Someone?
One thing that really struck me today is that this is why senior estate is different. I thought your presentation was excellent. I've been in senior living a long time and I learned a lot of this today. So I just want to say it's powerful to be at a meeting where you're meeting other professionals and also learning and growing as a professional. So thank you, Bill, for putting this group together. Thank you for your presentation. Other thing I wanted to say, and I'm going to bring some flyers up in a minute, but we're having a networking event Thursday night at our Westview. I hope it's okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We were having a Westview event at our Belmont Village West University 4 to 6. We're celebrating 23 years at that community, so we're really excited about the legacy we have in Houston. We're a Houston-based company, but we do have a new executive director, and I'd love to have all of you meet him and so introduce you to some other senior living senior professionals that also serve seniors. So, thank you again.
What community is that networking at?
It's going to be at Belmont Village West.
Okay, in Westview. Okay, great.
Yes, 2929 Holcomb from 4 to 6 on Thursday.
No, you take it. Okay. Yeah, and that just a good reminder, any other events that you guys have, if you want to send them to me or send them to Marion, we'll try to post them either on the Facebook page, which if you haven't already liked it, get on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, go to the LinkedIn page. I saw that Troy has one coming up on tomorrow, Wednesday, something. So,
I have one tomorrow. Brookdale Sugarland has one.
Okay, what time?
Tomorrow, it's at Brookdale Sugarland from 4 to 6. So January is National Soup Month. So we have some different professionals and some APS workers who are all making soup. And we will sell raffle tickets to vote on the best soup, and those proceeds will go to Adult Protective Services Board. So we'd love for everybody to come out, get some hot soup, and see our community and meet our team at Brookdale Sugarland. Thank you.
What time was yours?
What is it?
Oh, shoot.
4 to 6 is the giving time.
Yours is Thursday, yours is Wednesday. Okay. That's
right?
I just wanted to say thank you, like, I really do use this network, Kristen has helped me take out, I didn't buy anything to take out of their thing, and Dawn is providing some service to my client, Barry, to help, my client, do her thing, and Sue is moving someone this week, but I think more importantly, besides the vendor and the networking, I think that my relationship with Troy as competitors is really phenomenal because we really do pass business back and forth. You know, I don't feel comfortable doing anything in the Woodlands. I'm not entrenched. He's so entrenched. He's so good at what he does. And so it's been such a great relationship to have a Troy plus, you know, we're both trying to grow our businesses and we call each other and we like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I don't think as competitors out in the market, we would feel as comfortable if it wasn't for this group. And so there's enough business. I was in the restaurant business for 30 years. There's enough business in the city for everyone. And so it's not, I don't look at Troy as a competitor. I look at him as a colleague and I look at him as really good at what he does. So I think it's been a really interesting relationship and very respectful to, like, I called him on Saturday, I'm like, every Sunday, do you have a minute? And we just talked through, you know, some expansion plans I've had. And so it's been, I think that's what's so unique about this is you really get to know people as people and you trust what they're doing and how they work together. So.
You bring up a good point, that one thing I failed to mention for the guests, but we do have 2 service providers per chapter, per category. And the reason why is we don't want to just have one be exclusive. We don't want to be a general networking group and have a whole bunch. So we do have 2 per chapter, per category, so that we do have, there's a little synergy between people. You know, all organized.
I think a lot of people want choices.
Right.
So sure, they want choices, and I think it's good when you meet someone and they've now trusted you. When you recommend somebody now that you've got their trust, I think it speaks volumes. When you can say, I've got 2 people that I love, talk with both of them, see who you mesh with.
No, but I mean, especially the 2 movers we have, one packs and moves, and one literally, you know, does like a schematic and down and changes up your TV and everything else. And so what does your client want?
Right.
You know, if they want to move, you tell them to. If they want to, downsize and everything else, you tell them Mary, but say talk to both of them and see what they provide.
You know, like you say, there's plenty of business.
Oh,
It's not like
more.
we're competing for a small pie. We have a big business. Not all personalities, not all exact needs that they need, not all areas are going to mention. So that's. Okay, any other questions? Al? Or any other testimonials, shout outs? What would you like? Go ahead. Please.
Yeah, just a quick shout out testimonials. I look across the room. In the 2 or so years that I've been a part of the organization, even just more recently, Lori and I, we're as the example of being a competitor. We share referrals. It's always an urgent situation that we're in. Right? You can't afford to wait and be selfish.
Yes.
You can say it, and we don't want to do that. You know, we look at folks like Boyd and Angela on the attorney side, and I do want to learn from everyone, the attorneys, how do we do a warm transfer versus just so you can make contact, right? Cold kind of way, so we make that smoother. Others, during transitions, all organized growth. I mean, the group has been an immense benefit to my client. Yeah, absolutely an immense benefit.
Bill?
Yes, and Monica.
Monica, raise your hand first. Go ahead.
So for those of you who don't know, I have moved to Livingston and I'm going to write up these testimonials, you know, so that we can have them on our social media. But I do want to give a shout out real quick to Foshka because she's my new medical, she does one-on-one on Zoom. What do you call that, Foshka? It's a telemedicine. I moved into a new area. I don't have a new doctor. I was kind of fretting about it. Thank you. Foshka is my new I knew Dr. Yeah. Also, Bill helped me find a new house and helped me throughout the whole process. Thank you, Bill. That was awesome. Okay, like I'm going to write up a real testimonial. Sue from Packensack, Sue helped me get everything moved into my new home. Thank you, Sue. I have a lot to say there. Shannon and Monica, both of you have been a great support to me because I take care of a lady with Alzheimer's. And so without them, I'm not really sure I could have made this move and felt comfortable. So with the hospice care, and Monica, thank you so much. Shannon, always there for me when I need to talk to somebody. And she actually even went to see my client and sat with me for a couple hours with her just to relieve me of some of the pressure that I had. So thank you. Thank you for this whole group. It's been wonderful.
And Monica, you have?
Just another kind of a testimonial, but the other thing I really love about this group, because I've already worked with some attorneys and Troy and the chef for seniors. But one of the things that's been the most helpful is in this environment, we're also learning so much about the other things that we maybe don't know from our other clients. You know, we hear the names, we see all these things that are going on, but when we come to these meetings and we get these presentations like Dawn has presented, now we can share that from our perspective when we're in that environment with the client. I remember I did a function at we're trying to expand on the misconception about hospice. So I'm going around trying to share that hospice isn't this thing you do at the end of life. It's a thing, it's a benefit that's gonna help you if you need it. You know, in some regard, it will help you and your family immensely. So I'm at an event that I had put together, and Joycelyn pops in because we had a there was a traffic issue or something. So she comes in, you know, we get like this, 4-minute presentation from her, and I've been able to use what I learned from her at almost every event. Because I can say to people, there's a trust that will take your asset out of your name and put it away so that you can qualify for Medicaid. We have a lot of seniors that won't qualify for hospice services. They won't qualify, they don't have the money to go into assisted living, but they can qualify to do that under a Medicaid pending contract. And they can get that way by creating this trust. I had no idea about that. And so now, even if they can't be helped with me, I know that there's another resource out there. So the more we learn about the different aspects of these different services we all offer, the better we can help each other. And this has just been the most nurturing group of people so far in terms of learning things and then making referrals and helping these seniors. Everybody's got these beautiful, open, big hearts for helping these people. And that's different from a lot of the networking events that you see around, because they are looking at numbers and referrals and things like that. So it's just been a great experience so far. And it's been short for me. I mean, I think I'm less than a year old with this group so far. So just an awesome organization. Thanks,
Great.
Bill, can I just introduce myself?
Yes, you may. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all's meeting.
No, that's okay. And if you don't mind, come over here so that they can see you. Oh, too far.
I'm Jan Kaiser. I'm the executive director here at Belmont Village Hunters Creek. Thank you guys so much for being here. And next time we will have some food for you guys. So we will make sure that you're well fed, and we'll take care of that. Belmont Village. Do you know the history of Belmont Village, how we came to be, or what? Yep. So Belmont Village came to be, our CEO, Patricia Will, who's an incredible woman, who's looking for a.
Come down, right in the middle. Closer to the table. Come down, right in the middle.
Patricia Will, who's the founder and CEO of Belmont Village, she was looking for a place for her mother-in-law. That's why our kitchen downstairs is called Josephine's Kitchen. And she could not find a place that she felt that did what she felt it should do and had all the features that she felt. So that's when Belmont Village West University came to be. They are celebrating their 25th
The company's 25 years old, the community is 23.
23 years old
Yeah.
this year. So this community's 7 years old, but anyway, we have 31 around the country, and that's how it came to be. We have a patent program called Circle of Friends. It is for our residents that live in assisted living that are not quite ready for the memory care. So they have a separate activities program that they go to aside from the assisted living, so they can participate with folks that are in line with themselves. We do what's called a MOCA, and it gives us a score, so that helps us know if a resident should be in Circle of Friends, assisted living, memory care, but anyway, that's just a short version. But thank all of you guys so much for being here. My card is downstairs. Feel free to take it anytime. Lori, good to see you. Lori gives us some good referrals and great residents that we enjoy having here. We've worked really hard through COVID. Right now we have none in the house, thank goodness. So thank you for coming and always reach out to me anything. You're welcome.
Thank you for hosting.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more quick shout out to Eduardo, who gave me, who has a family that needs to move mom, dad, I think dad is in assisted living. He's looking for a place to try to help them. But along with that shout out is that we have a new member, Elizabeth Griever, who is with Everson Cooper, who is a investment, real estate investment company. In that case, with Eduardo, they wanted me to try to sell their house. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, but I think it's going to be a perfect situation for something like Elizabeth. So, again, just the resources that we have in the connection. Great. So, hopefully, Elizabeth will be one of these. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, on piggyback to that, shout out to Eduardo. He and I have passed several referrals back and forth. And also to Angela, a thank you to her. She is, there's 2 people at least who have called me. I know I've given her number to 3 people that I have to follow up and make sure they've contacted you or at least developed a warm welcome so that they'll make that transition to do that. So yes, and then I'm part of a team of other Medicare agents and I'm always talking about this group. I will be passing these out to several of those other agents because we're working with seniors and they all need help.
Good. Yes.
I have a really quick one. I wanted to say thank you to Cindy for the information for California. I actually have a television client in Fresno area, and they're looking for non-obtrusive help for the mom who's not jazzed about having people come into her home. And so it's great to find companies that have contacts in other states because I do teledoula work.
I didn't realize that. Well, that's something nice. Yeah. Excellent to know. Good. Okay, well, thank you all again for your time. I hope it's beneficial to everybody. It's 10 o'clock and we're trying to get you to go. Thank you. Go doing your business and yes, if you want to contact
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see you the
Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
And then your tips.
How are you?